Asher and Pavement on W4CY Radio.
This is the Pipeman here on the Adventures Pipeman W4CY Radio, and our next guest has some killer music that we're going to talk about. So let's welcome to the show Dave the RockDoc from Black Rose Rebellion. How are you?
How you doing? Thanks, Pipeman.
I like that name, the RockDoc. That's killer.
That was given to me by JD from Black Label Society. I'm a dentist. I treat a lot of the rockers also. And between that and the music, and I've hung out with them and played with them and stuff. So it's been pretty cool.
That's pretty funny because, okay, so in the town where our studios have been for like 18 years, when I first moved there, I went to the dentist.
Oh, there you go.
And I'm wearing a Misfits shirt in the dentist chair. And so the dentist, as he's drilling me, he's like, "You like the Misfits?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Glenn Danzig's my brother-in-law."
Oh, that's wild.
I was like, "Holy crap." How does that happen?
That's wild.
Right? So tell us a little bit about your debut album coming out. And I think it's pretty badass. The music's pretty badass.
Thank you very much.
And tell us how it all came about and what you're looking for your music to do for people.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. So Black Rose Rebellion was founded by singer and I's feelings of trying to actually give up music. We were kind of done with some bad experiences with some other bandmates in different situations. And a mutual friend reached out to us and hooked us up. And I took my wife, who's my drummer, and we went down to meet Trybe, and she was just amazing. And we had the same type of ideas, same type of goals. So we were sending demos back and forth, her vocals, my music, and it just really connected, and she connected. It's been an unbelievable ride ever since. So this album is like a sonic ride. Each song kind of stands on its own. They're all very different, but still you can know it's us. We're looking to really have people reach out and all the songs lyrically and musically kind of connect with people. It's all about people's everyday lives. And, Trybe is the rebel queen, but really she's the rebel queen for everybody, right? Everybody could be a rebel queen, right? The whole idea is to not about chaos and all that. It's more about being able to be your own person and bring your own feelings and fighting back people who are against you.
What a thought, right? I mean, like in this day and age, I think that's so apropos because, come on, people, just think on your own, man. You don't need to join a team. You don't need to join a label. Just be yourself. And, if people don't like it, oh, well, they're not your people.
That's it. And people seem to really connect with that whole idea, too. It's really an amazing thing.
I love it because it's what it used to kind of be like, and it's become not like that. So we need artists like you to kind of unite us back together again with individuality.
Yeah, absolutely.
So where in Jersey are you from?
So the band is kind of split up. So our bass player, Michelle Mayhem, is from Staten Island. My wife and I are from Northwest Jersey. In the Clinton area. Trybe is from South Jersey, so we kind of all spread out all over the place, but it makes for great for shows.
Right. And I'm from South. I live in South Florida now, but I'm from Jersey.
Oh,
and I'm from like many parts. Okay, so I grew up in Little Falls, Roseland, Montclair.
Oh, sure.
And I've lived up by where you're talking about. I've lived up in Jefferson Township, up in Lake Apacon area.
Sure.
I've lived in South Plainfield, Marlboro, Manalapan, Old Bridge.
Yeah, that's all. Yep.
Ocean Township. Funny story is like in 1980, my dad came up to me. He goes, "Meet your new mother. We're moving to California in 3 days."
Oh,
little did I know that was actually a good idea. Like I was not down with that. And I remember when I first got to California, I'm like, where the hell am I? It was like I was on an alien planet. But then I found very quickly the Sunset Strip and the Troubadour and all those areas of the 80s scene and got very involved. So I relate to what you were talking about because I was very involved in the music scene then. And I left the music scene because I couldn't stand the bullshit of the 80s and what record labels were doing to bands.
Right.
So I definitely relate to your music. And then, I was listening to it and it's kind of like old school and modern at the same time. I say old school because it's just good rock and roll and musicianship.
It's legacy rock and roll with a whole new modern feel.
Exactly. Because we've been kind of losing it in the past years, losing musicianship. And I think it's making a comeback now from a lot of bands I'm seeing coming up, like your band, and that, want to go back to where you're actually a musician.
Right, absolutely. You're seeing a lot of the new generation also. The young kids are going back to all the old school stuff and bringing that. It's pretty amazing.
I think it's way cool. 2 of my grandkids, for their birthdays, they wanted me to get them vinyl. I was like, that's way cool. I'll be happy to do that. Of course, that was until I went to a store and I saw how much vinyl is nowadays at the store. I'm like, holy crap. I have album. Go ahead.
That's how I grew up. Like you got an album, you own the music, right? You ripped open the plastic, you ripped open the thing, you looked at the lyrics, you looked at the pictures, you owned it. Today's world's a lot different, right? It's 15 seconds, swipe right, swipe left, if you like it or not. It's changed the way people write. Some people are writing now where they're putting the choruses right up front so that you kind of connect with the hook right off the bat. It's definitely had an influence on music today.
Well, I took songwriting classes when I was younger, and I was actually, to your point, talking to a band a couple months ago that was telling me how, in teaching these kids songwriting, that they had to change it for the times we're in and the attention span that people don't have.
Crazy, yeah.
Like you were just saying, putting the chorus right up front, maybe only 2 verses, no bridge, no solo, no intro. Like some of my favorite songs ever, it took at the very least 30 seconds to get to the meat of the song. And then you're like, whoa. But you're right. When we were younger, you invested your money in some vinyl or cassettes or 8-tracks or CDs. And you made sure that you listened to it from cover to cover because you paid your hard-earned money that you couldn't get, and you couldn't just say, oh, I don't like this, forget it. And some of my favorite albums, I had to listen to like 5 times before I even liked them.
Sure. Yeah.
What got you originally into music?
I started as a kid. It was inevitable, I loved playing from the get-go. I taught them self-taught. Loved it and had to make a decision if I wanted to go into music and go into school. My parents pushed me to school. And then when years later, my son had another band. And at 16 years old, he's like, I don't want to go to college. I want to be a rock and roll drummer. So I started the band. He was my drummer. We opened up for Lita Ford, Slaughter, L.A. Guns. We played a lot of really amazing shows. Nice. And then I had to do that for him. So actually, he took lessons from JD from Black Label. He taught him bass and said, Dave, let me just try to steer him the right way. So he learned bass as well as drummer. And it's probably one of the best drummers I've had. And then he ended up becoming a mechanical engineer. We pushed him towards that. So that was cool. But that dragged me back into music. And when we played a huge festival, I had to write 10 songs within 2 weeks. And it's just been like that ever since. I just write like now. So it's my safe place.
Well, it's interesting. That's one of the things I love about today is your story. And same with like my kids and grandkids. It's like when we were kids, there was no way we would be in a band with our parent.
Right.
we wouldn't even see a band that was the age of our parents, And it's so cool. Like, I do festivals all over the US, UK, and Europe, and I see like generations there. And I love it. It's amazing.
Yeah, and that's where I'm feeling like rock is definitely not dead. It's starting to have a rebirth now, which is part of the band's name, right? Black Rose Rebellion, the whole idea with Black Rose is rebirth, renewal,
Yeah.
and what we're about. So it's kind of fun to see that in the music industry also.
Yeah, and I just got back from doing coverage at Welcome to Rockville with 210,000 people. So rock is definitely not dead.
How awesome is that? Oh, that's great.
Right?
That's
yeah, I do that one every year, but like 210,000, I think it's like a record for all the Danny Wimmer festivals at this point.
That's awesome.
Like, that just tells you it's not dead.
Right.
And 210,000 people in not one incident. Like,
see that? That's awesome.
I love it, So what else can we expect from you guys the rest of 2026?
Well, we're going to put some tour dates together. Right now, we wanted to get the album out, push that out. The release date is May 29th. There's been a lot of amazing feedback, so that's really been great. We're looking forward to it. We took about 2 years to really get this record the way we wanted to. So it's definitely a love project.
See, I love hearing that too, because, a lot of musicians throughout the years, I would even say going up to COVID, you were on this hamster wheel, and there's no way you would be able to take 2 years to write an album. You're like writing it on the tour bus from one gig to another.
Right, yeah.
We're getting the creativity back, because I think, how many times do artists put out an album and then later they're like, it really wasn't finished. That's not how I would have finished the album.
Yeah, our albums and music really came from our live shows. So the albums over the last that amount of time, it needed to brew, right? It's like a great coffee, or you needed to really sit there and grow, and it really did. And you can see it through the audiences and the feedback we got. It's great when everybody comes up and one person will say, we love this song, the next one, I love the other song, I love that one. It gives you a great feeling, but it really allowing it to really mature was the key. And us as musicians together as a group to mature, because we put it together and boom, we were right out of the gate. We were doing shows.
And how do you feel about being at this stage of life compared to early in life, and how you interact with bandmates?
Oh, it's so much different because you're so much mature. Having my wife in the band, that's great. But
right,
we're like a family, and people say that all the time. But each one of the positions that we have are people that have been in the industry for many years and cut their teeth on it, so they know how special this is and how special it is personalities to work together. Trybe is actually a veteran. She did 13 years in the Army. So this is her way of really breaking out and having control of her own thoughts and ideas and vocal melodies and lyrics. And you can see that. So it's really, we're all really appreciative of the whole process and the band together. So when you're younger, you take it for granted. You're out doing things. You don't really know where you're at. We really appreciate how much support we have from other musicians and people in the industry.
I think part of it too is when you're younger, like most of your people that you were really close with are not even in your life at this stage of life. Like, it's different,
Right.
So you do find your, no pun intended, tribe.
Right. Absolutely.
So I have to say too, like, I love you have the Rebel Army. So how do people join that rebellion?
So again, it goes to anybody can be part of the Rebel Army. It's not so much about fighting or chaos and all that. It's again being yourself. Everybody accepting each other. Everybody being appreciative of each other and not putting labels like we discussed before and things on that. So we just want to be very all-inclusive and bring everybody in and enjoy the music for what it is and how it touches people. That's really important. All the lyrics and the feeling of the songs, we want to like touch somebody, really connect with the music. So that's kind of what the Rebel Army is. Rather than like we're going to go out and do chaos or we're going to do that, it's more about come join part of something.
There you go. I love it. And I also want to thank Trybe for serving our country. My son's been in the Army for it's almost 20 years. He's like in his retirement papers now. And I don't care who you are out there, whether you agree with military, agree with war, you should always agree with soldiers because they're doing things that are for us. at their own sacrifice. And, you know, my hat's always off to somebody that like sacrifices their life for us to be able to say whatever we want.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, and she continues to do that. Many days during the week, she's out there helping veterans and going to conferences and fighting for benefits and things like that. So she's still in the fight, which is really a great thing.
I love that because the veterans definitely need it for sure. We've worked a lot with them, and yeah, they need all the help they can get. I also want to say it was funny. I don't know if you know about this yourself or she knows about this, but I didn't know about it. And I called up my son one day. It was from doing a Danny Wimmer festival years ago. And I was like, why didn't you get this job? Because there's a band that plays at all the Danny Wimmer festivals. It's the Army band. And they constantly, you know, new people in it, but that's their job in the Army.
That's great.
And I'm like, why are you jumping out of planes into dangerous areas? You should be on stage playing at Danny Wimmer Festival.
Yeah, I think the adrenaline of helping country and the adrenaline of what their focus and goal is of the day, that's really important.
Yeah.
And again, I think that's what Trybe brings to our band also. That adrenaline rush. She is definitely a firecracker.
Nice. I love it. Well, I wouldn't expect anything less from anybody from Jersey anyway. Is there anything else you want to share with the listeners that we haven't covered yet?
Well, you can May 29th is the record release through Sony on all platforms. You can download the music. I think you're going to see hear a real surprise. It's amazing stuff. We have 2 really amazing videos that were shot over a couple of days. One is our original tune, and one is a cover tune. We did a cover of "Toxic" from Britney Spears.
Wow.
And we put our feel to it. We paid homage to it, but I'm a rocker, and it definitely has that sound. I broke out 7 strings for some lower sound on that, but it's a very cool vibe, and the video is incredible. We paid homage to all her videos, so that's pretty cool.
Love it. Well, everybody has to go and check you guys out. Get the album on the 29th, and thanks for being on the Adventures of Pipeman.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
You got it.
Thank you for listening to the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY Radio.